Today I will be reading you a story called The Doorbell Rang by Pat Hutchins. Hello and welcome back. I am Miss Seaver, and today I will be reading you a book called The Doorbell Rang. The doorbell rang. Ma has made a dozen delicious cookies. It should be plenty for her 2 children, but then the doorbell rings and rings and rings and rings. Will there be enough cookies for everyone? Let's find out. The doorbell rang. Here's the cover page. So, actually, before we read this book, what do you think it is? Is this fiction or nonfiction? Fiction or nonfiction? Nonfiction is a real story with real pictures, and fiction uses illustrations. So is this story fiction or nonfiction? If you said fiction, you're correct. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right, let's continue. So here's the front cover, the back, and the spine. Front. Okay. Then we see the cover page. The cover page has the title, the author's name, and usually the illustrator, but I don't see the illustrator on this page. I've made some cookies for tea, said Ma. Good, said Victoria and Sam. We're starving. Share them between yourselves, said Ma. I made plenty. They're ready to dig into their cookies that their mom baked. Yum, 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 yum. That's 6 each, said Sam and Victoria. They look as good as Grandma's, said Victoria. They smell as good as Grandma's, said Sam. Even the cat's looking at them. So Sam and Victoria, if there's 12 cookies, 1 dozen, that means they get 6 each. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. Uh-oh, who's at the door? It was Tom and Hannah from next door. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Ooh, what's gonna happen now? Does that mean they can still have 6 each? Not if they're sharing. Now it's gonna be less. Now there's 4 children and 12 cookies. 12 cookies and 4 children. How many cookies will each child get if there's only 12 cookies and 4 children? That's 3 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma's, said Tom. And look as good, said Hannah. So if there's 12 cookies and 4 children, that means now they only get 3 each. 3 cookies for each child. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma as the doorbell rang. Oh, they haven't even touched their cookies yet, and now more people are coming. It was Peter and his brother. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. Well, 2 more kids. Here they are. 2 more kids. Now there's 6 children and 12 cookies. If there's 12 cookies and 6 kids, how many cookies will each child get? said Victoria and Sam. They look as good as your grandma, said Peter, and smell as good. Nobody makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. It was Joy and Simon with their 4 cousins. Joy and Simon and 4 cousins, that's 6 more kids. Come in, said Ma. You can share the cookies. So here they are, ready to dig in. And then there's more kids. The doorbell rang. And Mom says, come on in with you and your cousins. Come join us. We have plenty of cookies, right? That's what? If there's 12 kids and 12 cookies, that means each kid gets how many cookies? That's 1 each, said Sam and Victoria. They smell as good as your grandma, said Joy. And look as good, said Simon. Looks like they're ready to eat their cookies. Do you think they're going to be able to finally eat their cookies now? Those kids sure love cookies. No one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Ooh. Mom's house is getting messier too with the more kids. And ring. Who's at the door? Look at all those footprints on the ground. Who do you think is at the door? Oh dear, said Mom as the children stared at the cookies on their plates. They're like, oh man, we only have 1 cookie. Are we gonna have to share that 1 cookie too? How do they look? Do they look happy or sad? Perhaps you'd better eat them before we open the door. Well, wait, said Sam. Oh, there's Sam at the door. Who do you think might be at the door? He's going to open the door. Let's see. It was Grandma with an enormous tray of cookies. Whew. Sounds like she may have saved the day. But look, all these kids left their cookies unattended. They must really like that Grandma. How nice to have so many friends to share them with, said Grandma. It's a good thing I made a lot. Look at all those friends. And there's Grandma saving the day with more cookies. I need a grandma like that. And no one makes cookies like Grandma, said Ma, as the doorbell rang. Uh-oh, here we go. Start all over again. The end. Thank you for listening to today's story with me. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned a little bit of math along the way. I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.